Actually, this is my biggest regret.
My only regret is that I allowed myself to...
By the time you see how much money you've spent on shipping, you realize that
Something I regret to this day is not being there when my dad passed.
Yeah, this is a serious thing. It's something to think about, to give a good...
I regret the place I chose to live in. Make sure you don't live in it. My biggest regret is not doing it. Greece is a wonderful place to visit and live, as long as you have the right expectations. We want to inspire and encourage people to discover Greece, and why not make it their home? Being well prepared is essential when thinking about moving to a new country. It will help you get a better idea of what it's like to be an expat living in Greece.
to give you some insights into the challenges you might face, we've talked to foreigners who have lived here for years and gathered their main regrets so you can avoid some mistakes.
Hopefully their experience will be valuable to you, whether you're planning to move to Greece or simply researching for your next trip. Let's hear what they have to say. My only regret is that I allowed myself to think about what Greece is based on my previous experience as a tourist, instead of researching it better. Living here is a completely different experience from visiting. When you're on holiday, you have a completely different mindset than when you live here. There are many things you don't get to experience during a holiday, which will become a big part of your life when you move to Greece.
When you come to holiday, you are relaxed. You expect things to be as you planned them to be. In a normal life, you have to solve a lot of things to make your life normal, to make your life enjoyable.
There's no way you can understand how a country really works or how it actually feels to live in a country unless you live in it. There are two completely different things: to come here in holiday, just enjoy a resort or something, a hotel, just relax, and then living here.
Living here might not be for everyone.
First off, we need to consider that we have moved to another country and into another culture, and we should be respectful. We were not invited. We chose to make this our new home. Many things are done differently here than in our own countries. But remember, we chose to leave those countries to live in this beautiful place.
We're very grateful for what the UK offered us. We wouldn't be able to be here otherwise. However, when our needs changed, we decided to move. I wish I didn't bring so much stuff. I spent a fortune on shipping and could have bought the majority of it here.
Don't bring a lot of stuff. Some people send their furniture here, but I think the best idea is to bring only the things that you actually need and use on a daily basis.
Save yourself some cash and the headache that comes with the logistics.
By the time you see how much money you've spent on shipping, you realize that with the same money, you could have bought things here, not being stressed about all the logistics behind it.
I think it's a good idea to know that there are options here, there are online stores, there are things here. Of course, maybe it's not like in the UK or in the States. Yeah, just bring the things you
can find
think you might not
you can find
here.
everything.
Yeah.
I regret not checking the internet quality before signing my rental contract. As a digital nomad, this came back to bite me. And yes, companies are upgrading their networks, but it takes time.
Before signing anything and renting a place, make sure it meets all your basic needs. This will save you the hassle. Yeah, internet is a tricky thing. If you want to spend more, there is Starlink, or if you have a landline, that is usually better.
I'm really curious, what are your concerns about moving to Greece? Drop a comment. I wish I was more prepared for the winter. Greece can be wet and cold. Log burner or central heating is a must. This is where research comes in handy.
If you expect Greece to be hot and sunny all year round, let me tell you, my friend, that's not gonna happen.
Winters here are usually mild compared to other countries, but it can get pretty chilly, so you definitely need some sort of heating.
Actually, we moved here during the winter. I don't have the false impression that it's always 30 degrees. In the winter, it's not. And it will be cold, and you have to be prepared for that.
I should have secured some contracts or some passive income before moving here.
This is something many people have mentioned. Relying on the local economy, not being financially prepared, or not having a backup plan can cause serious trouble.
Make sure to sort out your finances before making any big decisions.
Obviously, the financial part is one of the most important, and you have to be very careful with how you plan this one.
It's worth to keep in mind that what you plan before moving here might not be what actually happens when you are here. I think it's important to consider all the situations that might come up. Have a backup plan, have some savings.
Yeah, have some savings.
Something I regret to this day is not being there when my dad passed away. Living abroad often means leaving your family behind. If you're from Europe like us, things can be a bit easier. But if you're from US, Australia, Canada or other distant place, you will miss important moments and it will be hard. It's something that you need to be aware of and be prepared to deal with. Unfortunately, we experienced this ourselves and it was extremely tough. Even though we were in the UK and Romania is just a 3-hour flight away, living in another country comes with commitments. You have a job and you can't leave whenever you want for as long as you want.
You need to consider what you're leaving behind and see if it's really worth it for you.
Yeah, this is a serious thing. It's something to think about, to give a good thought about it and consider all the situations, consider how will impact your life being away from everyone you know. How often can you visit? How easy or difficult it will be for you to keep your relationships. It's gonna have a big impact in your life.
I regret the place I chose to live in. Make sure you don't live in an area where everything will be closed during the winter.
This just proves how important it is to do some research. Some places shut down completely during the off-season. It's something you need to be aware of when you're looking to settle somewhere new.
Especially in a foreign country.
You just need to have the right expectations. You have to understand businesses, for example, restaurants and shops and things like that might be closed during the winter season. And if you're prepared for that, then it's fine. If you know and if you're okay with that, you can live comfortably everywhere really. But you just have to
be aware that some places will close down, some places will be open all year round.
If I would do it again, I wouldn't buy property in the first year of living here. I would have rented in different areas first and experienced more before committing to any purchase. Before making any big decision like investing in a property, you need to consider many factors. Don't rush. Take your time to ensure you make the best decision. Greece might not even be the right place for you after all.
You might be very excited about the idea of buying something yours in Greece, and you can miss out on some really important details. And in order to gather all the information that you need, it's better for you to live here for some time before buying something.
My biggest regret is not doing it sooner. This is one of the most common regrets people mentioned. Many have made a new life here, are truly grateful for the opportunity and consider it the best decision of their lives. It's fascinating when you realize that something as simple as a change in scenery can bring so much joy and richness into your life.
Actually, this is my biggest regret, because I was thinking to do this step for quite a few years, at least 2 years, until I gather all the resources, all the research that I thought I needed. A few years passed and time is gone, but I'm very grateful.
We didn't wait any longer.
And we appreciate a lot that we are here in this moment in time. What is your biggest regret? We hope you find this content useful, my friend. If you want to connect with other people like you or to interact with people sharing similar interests, join our Facebook group. The link is in the description.
Greece is an amazing place to live with so much to offer. We love it here. By hearing from others who've been living here for a while, we can learn a lot about what to expect, how to prepare, and get ready for the adventure.
With a bit of planning, having the right expectations, and a positive mindset, living in Greece can truly be an incredible experience you won't regret.